together with the sports bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, a little bit of a smaller slate. I believe there's only 3 games in the NHL, and there's I think only 7 games in the NBA. So not a huge card for today, but we will be getting into everything. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. I'd prefer not to recap yesterday, but here we are. It was terrible, awful, no good, very bad. Any negative you can have for yesterday checks out. It was just one of those where you need a couple good days in a row, and then they hand you a 1 in 12 day. So reverse swept in college basketball. Cincinnati minus 10.5, never sniffed a point spread cover. Ball State get plus 2.5, gets blown out. UAB minus 6 loses outright. NC State plus 1 loses in a blowout. 0-4 down 2.22 units there. The NBA goes 0-3, and it was because of a late blown lead and fouling up 30, and the total goes over by a point. Boston, Chicago under 220, goes over by 1 point, lands on 221, even though they're fouling up 30 because they need to get to the next round of this stupid play-in tournament. And then the Heat plus 3 were covering basically from the second quarter on until it mattered most, and then they weren't. And they lose by 5. So I lost the plus 3, lost the plus 122. So 0-3 in the NBA. And the NHL went 1-5. The Islanders were up 4-2 heading into the third period, lose 5-4 in regulation with 21.5 seconds left. Philadelphia plus 134, never showed up. Penguins down 2-0, forced overtime, and on a non-interference call against Ryan O'Reilly, who picked or interfered with Crosby, it opened up just a magical wide open lane in the middle of the ice. Gee, I wonder how that happened, you refs. 2 nights in a row that in overtime there was a little pick play interference that wasn't called that led to a game-winning goal. And, of course, both of them were against me because that's the way that things are going right now. Winnipeg loses 2-0. The Blues lose 3-1. And the only thing that prevented a reverse sweep of the entire night was the Arizona Coyotes plus 101. So 1-5 down 4.09 units in the NHL. 1-12 down 7.99 units overall. Terrible day that I would like to forget and move on to today.
Yeah, it wasn't much better on the site. Let me pull that up. I think we had one winner. Sorry, our 2 best results. Brooklyn, money line. They won by 12. Woo. Our other best result, Minnesota minus 3, was a push. I will say everything else is a loser. The most frustrating one, the Houston Rockets plus 5.5. Why was that frustrating, Tim? Well, Houston decided to foul down 4 with 0.1 seconds left. 0.1. So they couldn't do anything. They just fouled. Luka makes both shots, goes from a 4-point game to a 6-point game, and I lose the bet. What the hell? What the hell? Everything else sucked. Down a chunk of units yesterday. 1-8 and 1 on the site. Not happy, quite pissed off, and want to try to do something to get it back today. Looks like we're gonna have a decent sized slate in college basketball, so hopefully we can turn some stuff around.
Yo. Oh boy.
Go to the chat, Nick. I got a little bit of work with putting up stuff on the site for college basketball.
Yep. Currently, I'm moving over the games for today because I did not type it under the ESB show folder. I typed it under my free pick video folder. So I'm just moving over the Clippers and the Kings now. I realized that I'm like when I was trying to click from with the scroller and the Welcome to Earle Sports Bet show banner, that all the games were not there. I'm like, oh great. All right, let's get into it here. Morning, Untouchable. Blues unders are a thing. They've been a thing all year, kind of. They picked it up a little bit as of late offensively, but offensively they're not going to be good. And that usually happens when your power play, I believe, is less than 10%. I believe if I have to look, the reason why the Blues are that good of an under team is, their power play is 9.23%. The only power play worse, Tim, the only power play worse than the St. Louis Blues this year has Alex Ovechkin on it.
I thought you were about to say the Sabres.
Make sense. Now, the Sabres, their power play is actually not great, 15.8%. They're 8th to last. And actually, there's one team that I see here that is surprisingly in the top 8 for their power play at 22.41%.
Sharks.
The New York Islanders have a top 8 power play in the NHL right now.
Huh.
Yeah. Can I get a Coyotes gif? Or Yotes and the under, never in doubt. Yep, I would like to thank the Coyotes for preventing a complete reverse sweep last night. It says a lot when they met earlier this year from plus 180 to plus 105. Correct. Yes, sir. Mustache Phil with was great. Predators under. Predators only needed the help of the referees in overtime, not calling an interference call, but that's beyond the point. Stack spot is Detroit Mercy plus 7. There you go. Warriors came out to choke in the second half. Did grab Kings money line plus 800 at the end of the first half and plus 450 with 5 minutes ago. There you go. Yes, the Devils came through. Congrats to the people who laid minus 180 with the Devils yesterday. Already on the goal of the Nuggets and under tonight. I have not bet anything yet.
I kind of lean that way. The only thing that concerns me about that game is we may be getting the Nuggets may be getting a couple of players back. So could be a fade that way, but I'm not going to touch it.
Fair. Sorry, I've been MIA. Life big. There you go. You're all good. I think I'm going to stay off totals for Islanders, Devils. They always go the opposite of the way I pick them. They've been playing a lot more overs as of late. I realized the Islanders and the Devils. Tailing. Good morning. Good morning. I wouldn't tail us at the moment, but that's beyond the point. Yo. There you go. In-game fantasy night. There you go. Live under, correct score. Even the Blackhawks won. Yeah, of course. That was the one dog I left off my card yesterday. The only thing that sucked was the Vegas game. Yeah, I didn't bet it. Montreal minus 2.5. Wow, good luck. They play Columbus today.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. War Room in Toronto saved the Leafs with that replay. I thought their goalie kicked it in, not the Panthers guy. Missed out on plus 195. Damn. Les Habitants. Yeah, Les Habitants. Rockets. Yeah. Oh, yeah, a day like that. I know you'll. Yeah, I hope so. I'm not playing much today, so we'll see. I'm cooking up a 3-legger today. Got to flip my money. There you go. Morning, gents. New day, new dollars. Yeah, under 4.5 in NHL was money last night. There you go. Great day yesterday in the Champions League. There you go. Crazy. Everyone having a good day yesterday. It's been nice. What's up, guys? Good morning. What's the look for Thursday Night Football? I just took the first half under, full game under, which is terrifying with the way that the Dallas offense is clicking right now, but primetime unders. Hockey always seems to be the biggest late game spoilers for me this month. Yeah. Ready to hit them again. There you go. Morning, y'all. Came back down to earth yesterday. Let's bounce back today. Good luck. And always thank you for your show. There you go. Appreciate it. Shout out to Nathan and that Marquette. Huge spread. Parlayed it with the NHL Dogs plus 2.5. Yo. Duke minus 5.5 and Kings minus 1.5. That is the only NHL game that I've moved on so far is the LA Kings at minus 137. So that's the only thing I've moved on, which we'll get into the NHL here, where we have the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets in this game. We have the Blue Jackets at minus 125 with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's get up the market for this one here and the line history as well. Let's switch over from that to the NHL. I came prepared.
Good job.
As long as this website wants to learn, I'll be able to load. There we go. We have this line opened up at a 125 for Columbus. It's still a minus 125, so no line movement there. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 111. It's a 6.5 at minus 109 now. So a slight move towards the under. No move on the side in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 67% of the tickets, 87% of the cash is on the under. The line has moved towards the under. I kind of agree with that market move. I kind of agree with that line movement. 95% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Blue Jackets in this game, and the line's just not moved. My projections have this game around Blue Jackets minus 120. So I think this line is about correct when it comes to the side. As for the total, I do have this game projected for 5.88 goals. So I do see some value here with the under in this spot. Unders have been kind of tricky for me as of late, but if I'm moving on anything at this game, in this game at the moment, it would be an under. What have these two teams done as of late? I feel like the Columbus Blue Jackets have been a decent under team as of late. And I'd be wrong. They're 6-3-1 to the over the last 10. They went over last game, and that's because Boston scored a late goal. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, the Columbus Blue Jackets. They've all of a sudden figured it out after losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row. They've gone over and over 6.5 and 4 of their last 6 games. So they have been a little bit more of an over team. Montreal, I believe, they were an over team for a little bit there too. They've gone over in 3 of their last 5, 4 of their last 7. So these two teams are a little bit more of over-trending teams. It is going to be Montembeault in net. I'm assuming it's going to be Merzlikins as well. I would lean under in this game if I had to bet anything. I don't think I'm going to get to the window to it. If I end this card with just the Kings minus 1, I don't think I'd be too mad about it.
I have the Montreal Canadiens in this game. And the main reason why is I feel like this is a bad spot for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're on their third game in 4 days after playing a close game against Carolina and then playing and winning versus Boston. I think it's just a weird flat spot for them. I will say last night when I did balling out, they were minus 140. And now they've dropped to 125. So I kind of like that line movement. I am on the Canadiens. I got them at plus 115 last night.
Yeah, I don't know where you're seeing those lines.
I saw them on covers last night. Not covers, sorry, bet stamp last night.
Interesting.
I don't remember what books had them, but a bunch of them did. So I was able to get 115 on Montreal.
Yeah, it's not a bad line. Yeah, 115 is what it's at now. So that's where is it? No, it's plus 105. So yeah. And yeah, I can see that angle that Columbus, they're coming in off of that big shocking win off of the back-to-back as well. Yeah. With choking the game away against Carolina, and then they do that. That was truly stunning, actually. So let's take a look. Go back to the chat. I went 0-4. Yikes. I went 1-12. I win. Just kidding. This is a stay away game for me. Yeah. Like button. Appreciate it. It's IUPUI day. IUPUI is terrible. I have not bet them this season. I don't know if I'm going to or not. Good morning. Good morning, Nathan. Just got finished watching Ballin' Out. There you go. Let's ride Canadians. I guess I would lean in that direction. Today, Lakers, Suns, Magic, and Sixers cover. I would, yeah. Smart play, Tim. Maybe have balls and do the reverse puck line at least -1.5. Yeah, Tim. We'll move on to the next matchup here. We have the Detroit Red Wings and the New York Rangers. Rangers -190, total of 6 in this game. Let's see how this line has moved here in this spot. Where this line opened up at a 196, it got up to a 200. It's down to a 188. So an 8-cent line movement towards the Red Wings since the opening line move. Line opened up at a 6 at -113. It's down to a 6 at -105. I'm kind of curious when this is going to take effect because I highly doubt it's anytime soon. But as people may know around the hockey world, the Detroit Red Wings signed a player yesterday. They signed Sir Patrick Kane. I don't know when he will be back, or I don't know when he will make his debut. I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but and it's definitely not today. But that is something to keep an eye out for when he will be. This total opened up at a 6 at -113. It's down to a 6 at -1. Yeah, I already mentioned that. So it's gone down, and 25% of the tickets and 44% of the cash is on the under, and yet the lines moved down. So with the 75% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the over, yet this line's gone down. Kind of interesting there. 50% of the tickets, 81% of cash is on the Red Wings money line. 58% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the Rangers puck line. So that's where all the money's coming in on that game there. I think this line's pretty spot on. I have this game projected at 6.07 goals. So I think that 6 total is correct. And looking at the my projected line for this game, I have this game around 170 for the Rangers. So maybe I see a slight edge with the Red Wings in this game. Is it something I'm looking to bet? No, it's not enough of an edge for me to pull the trigger or anything like that. But it would be a lean towards the Red Wings in this game if I had to bet anything good into my head. But I'm not going to bet anything in this game. It's a pass for me.
I am on the Rangers puck line. What was the last thing we just saw from the Rangers? How about getting blown out on home ice? I think that's a definite kind of bounce back spot for him. Is it Igor Shesterkin again today?
Should be. And if it's Jonathan Quick, I don't mind that either. If you're looking at the Rangers,
I would much rather have Igor Shesterkin just because of how bad he played that first game, his last game, how frustrated he was coming off the ice. I would 100% want him in the net, just kind of a bounce back spot for him as well. I think you're going to see some regression from this Detroit Red Wings team. Sure, last 3 games, wins against New Jersey, against Boston, and against Minnesota. So, good wins for them, but I could definitely see some regression coming for this team. I don't think the Red Wings are going to be a crazy good team the entire year. So I'm going to go I'm going to take the Rangers on the puck line in this one, Nick.
There you go. Good luck. Yeah, I'm not betting this game now. I think I'm just going to be on the Kings tonight. That's it, and we'll get over that game next. But back to the chat.
I got a couple more things to do, Nick. Can you take care of it?
Yep.
Thank you.
Montreal winning by margin. I can see that. Jazz, Rockets, Kings as underdogs cover. I have not placed any bets yet in the NBA. So, yeah. NBA 3-teamer, Orlando, Utah, Denver. Good luck. F them Red Wings, Rangers puck line. Wings have been doing pretty good as of late. Yeah, they are coming in off of a nice little win against Minnesota. Correct score after the first period, 2-0 Montreal at 10-1. Good luck. NHL, Kings NBA. It's not a bad look. If it's Lion, I'll take the under. Otherwise, it's the over in the Rangers. I believe it's Ville Husso. So keep that in mind as well. Rangers got their butt kicked against the best team in New York. They didn't play the Islanders, though. They should be hungry for this one. Yeah? Tell them, Tim. Not betting this game either. Capitals unders are solid, such anemic offense. Same game parlay. Capitals team total under 6.
Real quick, Nick, I was looking through the Picks and Parleys website. They had last night's Houston-Dallas game finish 119-115. Everywhere else has 121-115. So it marked me a winner on the site.
Okay.
I'll take it. I know it's not a winner, but
of course.
That's fine.
But we'll get into the final matchup of the night here with the Washington Capitals taking on the LA Kings. This line opened up at a 201. It did get up to a 217. Some buy back down to 201 now. Line opened up at a 6 at -103. It's still a 6 at -103. So really no line movement on this game. We do have 89% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the Kings. I wonder how much of that is just parlay liability as well. Could be equated into that because I don't know how many people truly lay -200, even though I do see value in that number. 54% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the over, yet this line's not moved. My projection for this game is 5.46. So I do, and I have the Kings at a -255 in this game. So I see value on the Kings in this one. I moved on the Kings -1. Kings -1, -137 is one of the plays I've already bet. And looking at this, I want to see what the number is for this real quick. -120. I'm going to move on this as well. This is my only game of the day that I'm betting. I'm going to double down on this game here. I like the Capitals team total under at 2.5 at -120. I have them projected for 2.1 goals. So not a huge edge on it, but Cam Talbot's been really good. This Kings team defensively has elite numbers. They're only giving up 2.35 expected goals per game the last 10. And that includes one game where they gave up 4.42. That kind of bumped up their average. They've given up less than 2.6 expected goals in 8 of their last 10 games. So this is a team that does not give up many opportunities. They have been a really good under team as of late. Wow, they've been a really good under team as of late. They pushed the under 7, or they pushed the 7 against the Penguins. And they went over against the Ducks in a 5-2 win. Other than that, here have been their games: 4-0, 4-1, 5-1, 2-1, 4-2 loss, 4-1, 5-0, 3-2, 4-1. Part of their win streak here has just been playing really good defensive hockey. And I think we see more of the same here tonight from the LA Kings. So my only addition to this NHL card, I have the Kings -1 at -137. Let's take a real quick look at what that would be now, because I got 210 and 127. It's now 201 and 123. It would be 135 now, so it'd be 2 cents better if you bet it now. So I've got the Kings at -1, and I'm going to take the Washington Capitals team total under as well. Team total under 2.5 at -120. Consider also one thing that kind of plays into this as well. Why have the Washington Capitals? Because I believe it was Stop Geo mentioned that the Capitals offense has been anemic. Why has their offense been anemic? They have the worst power play in hockey. A power play with Alex Ovechkin on it is the worst power play in the NHL right now. So until they can figure that out, I think this is a bet against team right now. I think the Washington Capitals, they've overachieved so far this season. They should not be where they are right now. I think we see some regression for them. I'm on the Kings -1. I'm on the Capitals team total under 2.5 at -120.
I respect it. I am personally not. This is the only game I'm not interested in. Nick, what is the only situation that I like to bet the Kings in?
On the road?
Thank you. They're at home. I'm not really. You got a team that is 4-3-1-2, or 4-3-3 on at home compared to 9-0 on the road. I don't feel the need for me to personally go and lay -1.5 on the Kings at home. Also keep in mind, what type of spot is this for the Capitals? I know bad teams don't have bounce back spots. You just lost to the Sharks.
I think that's a sign of things to come.
Well,
this is not a good team.
I'm not saying hold on. I'm not saying I'm betting the Capitals, but a couple of things just kind of kept me off the Kings. Like, I don't want to bet them at home, and I don't want to fade the Capitals coming off of a 2-1 loss against the Sharks. So I remember we saw, who was it that lost 2-1 to the Sharks and then ended up going bonkers? Philly ended up losing 2-1 to the Sharks and then ended up winning a bunch of games in a row. The Blues lost 5-1 and I think try to end up winning a couple in a row. Normally, whenever we see a team lose to the Sharks, normally they have a little bit of comeback. I'm just staying off of the Capitals, and I'm not interested in betting the Kings. So this one's gonna be a pass for me at the end of the day.
Yeah, and when you look at it though, I'm trying to. So the first, and I think we could start to throw away the Kings can't win at home type of thing. Yeah, their record.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the only time I want to back them, the only time I see value on them is on the road. Yeah,
and I can see that, and I can see people looking at that and being like the Kings can't win at home. Granted, their record is still 4-3-3 at home this year, but they started 1-3-3 at home, and they've won 3 in a row at home.
Good. The Kings look like a really good team. I'm not saying that. They've won 5 in a row.
The Kings look like the best team in the Western Conference right now.
Yeah, Vegas is kind of falling off a little bit.
Vegas is falling off. The Canucks have regressed a little bit. Who else do you think is a better team in the West right now?
The fact
maybe
that
Colorado?
Calgary's 4th in the Pacific? Holy shit.
Yeah, no, this Western Conference is an absolute joke. And that's why a team like Edmonton's still alive to make the playoffs, because currently Calgary holds the last wildcard spot, and so does the Blues.
Can the Sabres be in the Western Conference? I would really like to be in the Western Conference.
It's crazy, yeah. They would be.
Although the Sabres are only 1 point behind,
right? No, they would be in the wild card spot. Yeah, they'd be in the wild card spot.
No, they would probably be 10th, but they'll be tied for it. Well, although Sabres are only 1 point behind Philly, so
yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna stay.
No, but if there'd be a team in the West that I'd make cup futures on this year, it's the Kings. It's the Kings. 100% is the Kings. So. Cool. Am I upset that the Kings are my only action in the NHL today? Absolutely not. So,
sounds good.
Back to the chat. I'm gonna punch in numbers real quick for the NBA.
Where did you leave them? Where did you leave off?
That one.
Nick, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident you are in this game?
I'm confident enough to put money on it. But the way that hockey's been going this year, I don't know how high my confidence level truly is.
8.2. I sprinkled correct score: Kings 3-2 and 4-1. Okay,
I can see it.
Temple -3. Why are they faves over a 5-1 LaSalle? Because LaSalle is not a big name school. Temple's in a lot better of a conference than LaSalle. And even Temple at home. No, that makes sense. No, that line 100% makes sense. It's once you get into conference play, that's when I start looking at spreads being like, this doesn't make sense, or that doesn't make sense, or that's why I'm going to start really diving in. Is once you get into conference play, that's where you could really tell. really, should this team be this favorite or this team be this or this? That's when I kind of look at the lines a lot more rather than just looking at our numbers. And that's when I was a little bit more successful last year, was just trying to pick out the ranked teams versus unranked teams and all that system stuff. That worked a lot better in conference play. So I figured I'd throw that one out there too. But no, Temple -3 makes sense. What do we have them at? Yeah, let me pull up our spreadsheet for you. Nope, don't want to click on the 26th. I want to click over so I can get there. Temple. Can't spell. There it is. We have it at a -6.5, so it would be closer to taking Temple at that number. He likes the under 3.5 plus 475 in the Kings game. Let him swang. Good luck, dude.
I hope 2-0, 3-0 then.
Hello, I did. I don't need Kings doing what they're doing to my Blues 5-1. That makes sense. Alex Ovechkin looks like he's washed right now. He does. I don't know.
Crazy thing is he's still averaging a point a game.
I was about to say he's still scoring, so
he's not scoring goals. He's getting points though. Like he's getting assists, but he's not scoring goals this year.
Ducks money line tomorrow.
I'm not even looking at tomorrow yet.
Against Capitals.
I can see it.
Me and Untouchable go
third game in 4 days on that.
Me and Untouchable go up against each other tomorrow. Where it's probably Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen taking on Jordan Binnington.
OJ Binney in the house.
Temple at home is the only statistic I see edge. I guess Temple's defense has performed slightly better. But yeah. We have them as a 6.5. So yeah. Anyone losing to the lowly Sharks should be angry. And yeah, I agree. So Kings. Yeah, Nick likes the Kings. Wizards money line. What are they again? The Magic. The Magic are 10-point favorites today. I did not expect to see that today, this year. And the Lakers are 7-point favorites against Detroit. Anyways, let's head over. You know what? That's perfect transition. Let's head over to the NBA, Nick. I'll say some of these games are kind of gross.
You're kind of gross.
I actually only bet the last 3 games on the card.
Yeah, we're going to kick it on off here with the Orlando Magic and the Washington Wizards here. I'm right now putting in the rest of the numbers here. And this is a 9.5. There we go. Let's get into it here. We have there we go. Let's switch this over from hockey to NBA. So we can take a look at the line history in this one. Orlando, Washington. This line opened up at a 10. It got up to an 11, and it's come back to a 9.5 now. So it's been a half-point line movement towards the Wizards in this game so far. Line opened up at a 232. It's up to a 234. So a line move towards the over and a half-point line move towards the Wizards in this game from the 10 to the 9.5. There are still 10s available out there if you want the 10. 17% of the tickets and 16% of the cash is on the Wizards. So an overwhelming 83% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Magic, which the way the Magic have been playing this year kind of makes sense. 67% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Let's take a look what these two teams have done as of late. The Magic have been good. They are coming in good's an understatement. They've won 7 straight games, and they've covered in all 7 of them. They've just been a covering machine. They won against the Bulls back-to-back games. They beat the Pacers. All those were on the road. Then they went home. They're on this homestand. They've beaten and covered against the Raptors, the Nuggets, the Celtics, and the the Hornets. The Washington Wizards are coming in off of a game that snapped a nice long losing streak for them. They beat one of the worst teams in the NBA in the Detroit Pistons to snap that losing streak. Incredible 14-3 ATS this year for the Orlando Magic. My numbers have this game at a 10.5 range. I think this line's correct. I'm not laying the points with the Magic here, and I'm not really looking at the Wizards either.
Hey, this Magic team has been really good as of late. It's actually quite crazy to say. This Magic team has won 7 games in a row and is covered in all 7. And you look at the games that they have not covered this year, dog, and dog. So whenever they are favorites, they deserve to be favorites. They've covered in 1, 2, 3, 4 games that they were favorited in. So this is a Magic team that's covering spreads. They're 14-3 against the spread this year, going up against a Washington Wizards team that has been awful. So it makes sense why the spread's going from a 9.5. I see some 10s. Am I laying that? Absolutely not. No, I don't lay double digits in the NBA. That's just not something I do. And I'm not grabbing 10 points with the Washington Wizards because I would lean Magic in this game just because they have been one of our darlings this year in terms of covering spreads. 7-1 at home covering spreads. 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. So this is a Magic team that I really do like. I cannot lay 10 points on them. That just doesn't happen. So the biggest spread they covered was last game at 6.5. Now you're bumping them up to a 9.5, 10. This is a good team. I said the Magic would be a good team. I don't want to say that they're overblowing expectations and overachieving right now for a team that's currently number 3 in the East. With a win today, they'll be number 2 in the East. They would be tied for second in the East with the Milwaukee Bucks, and they'll be a game behind Boston for the best team in the Eastern Conference. Good job, Orlando. Really good job. I lean that way, but I'm not laying 10 points.
Yeah. I have no interest in laying double digits either. As good as they've been covering numbers right now.
Can you go to the chat real quick? I wanted to find something to see whether or not I had something on them.
Okay. Where do you leave off?
We're going to skip him. We're going to go to this comment, Nick.
No, we're going to respect Jordan Binnington and saying the Sabres are going to lose tomorrow.
But he's not telling the truth.
Tennessee State -5. What do you have on the sheet?
Hold on. Where is it? Where's Tennessee State? There it is. We have 1.22 points of value on Alabama A&M. Did I bet it? No.
Yeah, you're right. Blues -1.5. There you go.
Oh, it's a lock. Easy winner. Let's
Joe's
profit savers.
Joe's trying to join the no betting allowed club. Yeah, usually the only game, but this line is not right. There you go. Give me Paolo, Ponchero, points and rebounds, and Magic -15. Going an alt line there for an absolute blowout. Same game parlay with Kuzma over 22.5. That would happen. Army getting their first W today. So it's Cameron.
Who did the Army get? Central Connecticut.
Get the Blue Demons.
We have a lean towards Central Connecticut, but Army's a 3-point fave.
Yep. Pool over 17.5 as well. Good luck. I won't do -15. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Plus 1,000 for money line with Kuzma and Pool over. Good luck. Plus 1,800 if you add the Wizards first half money line. Good luck. Seems worth it. Lean Magic also. We'll keep moving on here where we have the Detroit Pistons and the LA Lakers. The Lakers 7-point road favorites in this game, total of 229 in this spot. Kind of a big number for a team on the road here like the Lakers. I get it. It's the Wizards, but let's get into the line history in this one here, where we have. See, this line opened up at a 9. It's down to a 7. So the line's moved towards the Pistons. The line opened up at a 232. It's down to a 229. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 85% of the tickets, 54% of the cash is on the Lakers, yet the line's moved towards the Pistons. 55% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the over, which does not explain the line move towards the under here in this one. My projected number for this game is 3.87 for the Lakers. So I do see some value here with the Pistons. The Pistons are 2-15 this year. The Lakers are 10-8. They have the same amount of covers, 7. The Lakers are 7-11. The Pistons are 7-10. Both these teams are not good ATS. The Pistons have lost 10 in a row, more than that. They won their first 2 games, and they've managed to lose 13 in a row after that. That's fun. They're 1-7 at home this year. This line tells me, though, that the Pistons are live in this game.
God, Nick.
At least the +7. Like I like the +7 with this number, and I think I might move on the Pistonians here. Do we think the Lakers should be laying this type of number on the road? Is the ultimate question. Mm-hmm. And my thoughts is no. I don't think they should be laying this type of number here. So I think I might end up moving on the Pistons in this game here.
I want nothing to do with this game. There's zero chance I'm laying a spread, laying points with the Lakers, especially on the road. I don't like to bet the Lakers in general. Detroit has lost 13 straight games.
Yep.
Not a game that not a team that I want to trust. I'm still trying to figure out, Nick, who's the worst team in the NBA? I still can't figure it out. Because, I mean, yeah, you got the Pistons, who are 2-15. You got the Spurs, who are 3-14. You got Memphis, who's 3-13. You got Washington, who's 3-14. I'm still trying to figure out who the worst team in the NBA is, and who's going to end up getting the number 1 overall pick this year. Right now, I feel like Detroit's the worst team in the league. But it's awfully close. I'm not letting one or two wins kind of change a lot of stuff. But I'm not touching this game. There's no way I'm laying points. There's no way I'm betting the Pistons. It's just a complete stay away.
All right, I will respect what you say here. Give me the Pistons +7 and a small sprinkle on +235. They shocked the world tonight.
Let's go back to the chat. Hi, Tam and Neck. Hello. Hello, Winnie. How you doing, Winnie? What's up, Detroit Lanny? Nick, stop, Nick. Lakers win tonight after getting blown out by 40. That's right. In their last game, the Lakers did get blown out by 34 points.
Lakers are a bad team.
Lakers are a bad team, though. So, Lakers shouldn't lay a number, but you can absolutely cannot trust the Pistons. I couldn't have said it better myself, Lenny. Facts. They are about to fire everyone. That is the word coming out from Detroit. I could see it. They should. Considering I was looking at my futures, did not touch the Orlando Magic. Kind of pissed off about that. But you're talking to somebody who has over 28.5 wins for the Detroit Pistons.
Ouch.
Makes me vomit thinking about whether or not the Pistons cover this in the spot. I want nothing to do with it. Houston's finest coming in saying Memphis is the worst whole starting lineup is hurt. Yeah, but they probably have upside towards the end of the season when they come back. That's my thing. But yeah, they are one. I mentioned them in one of the worst teams in the NBA right now. So I agree. The Memphis Grizzlies are bad. Facts. Shock the world. Winnie for the win. They'll shock the world, all right. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. All right, Nick. We've got a couple more games, and I'll be on the last 3 that we talk about.
Fair. Let's get into it. We have the Raptors and the Suns. We have the Suns as 3-point road favorites. We have a total of 226.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have the Pistons. The Suns opened up at a 2.5-point road favorite. They're up to a 3. Line opened up at a 224.5. It's up to a 226.5. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Suns. 91% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the Suns makes a lot of sense why the line's moving towards them. 85% of the tickets and 87% of the cash on the over makes a lot of sense why the line's moving towards the over as well. Let's take a look at my projections for this game, where I have this game projected at the Suns -2. So slightly towards the Raps getting the 3 points here. Obviously not enough for me to pull the trigger on it. I have this game projected at 224 and a half. So I thought this line was correct when it opened up. So no value on anything in this game for me. I'm a little bit more picky when it comes to betting the NBA. So this is another pass for me. I have no reason to get involved.
Yeah, I kind of leaned Suns. They've been playing a little bit better as of late. They've won, playing a lot better as of late. They've won 7 straight games. Granted, you look at who they played. Minnesota, good win. Granted, it was at home. Utah twice, meh. Portland, meh. A struggling Golden State team, meh. Memphis, eh. And then a win against the Knicks. That was a good win because the Knicks have been playing good basketball as of late. I don't trust Toronto on a second leg of a back-to-back going across the border. Granted, it was only from Brooklyn to Toronto. It's not terrible, but this is just not a Toronto team I trust. It would be a lean towards the Suns. Once again, I didn't get to anything in the early games. I only got to the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock games.
Fair enough.
Back to the Titanic.
Let's see. K. Cunningham is a fraud and owes the Pistons money. Spoke like a true Pistons fan. Yeah. Subs -3. Suns, I'm assuming, yeah. Teams actually care about point differential now because of the in-season tournament. That was annoying. After Kings, what they pulled, got to go Clips -1.5. We will get into that later. Tim, the Sabres won't be wearing black and red like last year, so the Blues are going to get blown out. I'm seeing 4-1 Blues. We'll talk about that game tomorrow because the Blues have kind of become my Western Conference team. So I like the Blues.
They'll win tomorrow, though.
I don't know. They don't know. So
we'll get back to looking and has looked awful.
He's looked amazing. There's a reason they sent Devin Levi down because they can trust UPL.
Yeah.
But that game's not till tomorrow. Let's continue talking the NBA so we can be finished with the NBA. We have the Memphis Grizzlies, 4.5-point home favorites, total of 223.5 in this game. The fact that the Grizzlies are favorites is crazy in my head at the moment. -4 they opened up at, and they're getting bet. They're up to a -4.5 now. Line opened up at a 223.5. It's still a 223.5. So a line move towards the Grizzlies here. Even though 74% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the Jazz, and the line's moving up, this tells me that the Grizzlies are going to blow them out tonight. 62% of the tickets, 87% of the cash is on the under. My line for this game, though, is a 2.25. So I think that this line's too wide. The public does as well, and the markets don't care. This is an easy stay-off shot for me. This is a 1-800 gambler type of game. This feels like a gambler's first glance type of game. At first looks, you got to take the Jazz. The Grizzlies should not be laying more than a bucket. They've been struggling as of late. The Jazz are coming in off of an outright win as a dog themselves. And then when you look deeper down into it, the Grizzlies are going to blow them out by double digits. But with that being said, I have no interest in betting this game. There's no value on the line itself. It would be a strictly market read for that. And I think the total's about right. I have this game around 225, 225.5. So really no play on this game for me. Pretty simple, plain simple pass.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this one. You can here. I'll press the button real quick.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm not interested in this game at all. There's better games on the card. I want nothing to do with the Jazz and the Grizzlies, who have a combined record of 9-24. So this one's a complete stay away from me.
Fair enough. Back to the
Desmond Bain, over 26.5 points. He's their only scorer. See, that's the only poly spot you can find value in these games is when it's going after player props. And who better than LJ? Get it? Jazz versus Grizzly, like trying to catch a falling knife with a wet sock. And I dialed up 1-800-GAMBLER. There you go. These are the games I've actually gotten to, which, wow, I've not beaten the line movement by a lot.
Sixers are -2. Total of 231.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where the Sixers opened up as a -1. They're up to a -2 now. So a slight move towards Philly. Line opened up at a 229.5. It's up to a 231.5. So a 2-point line movement towards the over in this game here, and a small move towards the Sixers in this game. We do have 82% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Sixers spread, 85% in tickets, 85% cash is on the money line. And then we have 83% of the tickets are on the over, which explains the line move towards the over. My projected number for this game is Sixers -3.5. So I do see some value here with the Sixers. If you want to take their money line, you could probably get an okay number on that. I'm assuming that when they're -2, it's probably -135. That's not a bad look there if you're looking at that. Do I want an overly public road favorite? No, not particularly. I would lean in that direction. I have no interest in that, though. And then as for the total, I have this game projected around 228. So it would be a slight lean towards the under. But once again, not anything I'm particularly interested in.
Yeah, I missed a big line movement because I got under 227.5 last night.
Eesh.
And now it's down to a 231, up to a 231. I still am okay with it. The Pelicans have gone under in 5 straight games. Their offense has looked not great since McCollum went down, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. On the opposite side, one thing that worries me is the Sixers have been more of an over team. They're coming off scoring 138 and 127 points. I think this one's going to be more of a defensive style basketball game, though. And I think the Pelicans kind of control the pace. I kind of do lean Pelicans in this game because this line does seem a little bit short. The fact that Sixers are only a 2-point favorite against an even 500 Pelicans team. So I kind of lean towards the Parleys, but I'm on the under in this game.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to stay off.
Jazz missing their shooter, Markkanen, I think his name is. That's rough. Embiid over 5.5 assists. Sixers play well. Play the Western Conference very well. There you go. Kind of like in the Parleys. Kind of lean that way. CJ may come back today. Wow. Let's ride Uber. Okay. You do Uber. Let's talk about these two teams now. And we get me versus LJ. Let's get it.
Again. It feels like the third time
this year. They'll play one more time after this, and then they're done for the year.
Yep. This line opened up at a 7. It's up to a 7.5. Line opened up at a 217. It's down to a 216.5. So a slight move towards the under, and a no move on the side. 84% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the Nuggets, and the line's not moved. 89% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the over, and the line's moved a half point towards the under, which is interesting there. So let's take a look here at the projected number for this game. I have this projected at a 211.5. I kind of think that the under has some merit here when we're looking at this game. I would lean in that direction. Let's take a look at what they've been doing as of late type of situation here. I believe that the Nuggets have actually been a little bit more have they been a little bit more over as of late? Because I feel like they started off the year really good to the under. Okay, they've been going back and forth over under the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 games, whatever. They've been going back and forth between under over. It'd be under for me, under or nothing for me in this game. I might get to it.
You may be seeing a comeback from Mr. Jamal Murray today. He's scheduled to come back after missing 11 games with the hamstring injuries. Joker will be back after missing a second night of a back-to-back. Aaron Gordon should be back. So this team should be pretty much back to almost healthy. If Murray does come back tonight, it is going to be on a minutes restriction, so we'll say that. But I do like the Nuggets in this game. and it's just me backing them at home. 8-0 at home this year. They're only 5-3 against the spread, but 8-3 at home is a spot that I like to look at. They are coming off of winning 113-104 as 10-point dogs. Granted, they should never be that big of dogs, just because they're missing a couple players. This Denver Nuggets team is the deepest in the NBA, and when push comes to shove, they're going to be probably the best team in the Western Conference again, at least, maybe even the best team still in the league. They are currently second in the West. They are behind Minnesota, a game and a half behind Minnesota for the top of the West. I think the Nuggets continue to, once they get healthy, which they're getting healthy, they're going to go on a nice run, and I expect them to kind of just keep putting up some wins. So give me the Nuggets. I grabbed a -7.5 today.
Good luck. Nice. They stayed off that spot. I lean under. I might get to it.
Fork this game. Denver forked me against this team before. Yeah, they were also injured, so whatever. Embiid over 5, assist over 5.5. I think that's a great look. There you go. Magic, sure. Lakers, no. Nuggets, yes. Sixers, I lean the opposite way. Suns, fine. Blue Jackets, no. Kings, fine. And Duke, no, I lean the opposite way with the Duke game. Didn't bet it, but I lean Arkansas. Segan over Pra and Jokic over Pra. There you go. -30 and triple-double Jokic Pra. -8 altitude. It is a back-to-back for Houston. I forgot to mention that one too. Thank you for mentioning that. -15. Yeah, I could see the Nuggets blowing them out. Now, I bet this last night. I don't feel as comfortable about it anymore.
Yup, let's get into it here. This is I know already this is going to be a stay off spot because situationally says one thing, my numbers say another. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. And this line's moved up to a 2 now. Opened up at a pick. It's up to a 2 now for the Clippers. Total 231. It's up to a 231.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 65% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the Clippers. And the line's moved in that direction. 65% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on their money line as well. 56% of the tickets and 68% of the cash on the under. The line's moved a half point towards the over in this game here. My numbers show value on the Kings. I'm going to make it pretty simple, though. I want nothing to do with Sacramento tonight. And if I were to ever buck my power ranking indexes and my things like that, this would be the game I would do it with because this is not a King spot. Plain and simple, this is not a King spot. So I would look to bet against the Kings tonight. It would be Clippers or nothing. My numbers don't tell me don't do that, so I'm just going to stay off the game. But it would be definitely Clippers or nothing.
I bet this game last night. I got the Kings. To be fair, when I bet it, the Kings were down 20 at halftime. I don't feel as confident about it anymore, but the one thing I'm still going to be confident is the Clippers suck. I'm going to be convinced on that. This is a team that's 4-8 since James Harden came to the team. I don't think this is a good Clippers team. I think it's a good Clippers team if it was about 5 years ago. Nowadays, I think they're all too old. And the fact that Kawhi and Paul George have both missed 0 games so far this year, and this team is under 500 says a lot. I'm on the Kings still. I'm high on this Kings team. I still think this Kings team is going to be one of the best in the NBA. Up and coming teams. Them and OKC, which you look at the Western Conference standings, number 1 and number 8 is separated by 5 games. Or I should say number 1 and number 7 is separated by 3.5 games. So this is a very close Western Conference. So I kind of look at it. I like the Kings to continue to kind of roll. Or they came back and won last night. I think they could ride the momentum. That could be an interesting spot, but I'm on the Kings. And I bet it last night. So when they were down 20. So I'm dedicated to it now.
Yeah, and this is and I know that doesn't happen often, but this is why I wait till the next morning to look at the NBA. So.
That's fair. I figured that game was over last night. So Sacramento pulled off a miracle. No thanks. Yeah, I realized that one. But that's all the games for today, Nick. We'll go ahead and quickly run a little bit of
Housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Those are the big four: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I actually posted on TikTok today. I've been forgetting the past little while. We only had one free pick video up last night, so that one's up on TikTok. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. That's where you can get all that. I'll be posting the college basketball card up there after the show is over. So make sure you guys check out that. Maybe if Nick puts up his hockey plays in time, those will be up in that as well. It's probably only Kings, but anyways, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of recap time. For me, I'm on the Canadiens and I'm on the Rangers puck line. And then for the NBA, give me the under in the Sixers game. Give me the Nuggets and the Kings. Nick, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I kept it simple today. I played one game on each sport. So the early part of my day will be focused on the Detroit Pistons. The later part of my night will be focused on the LA Kings. I got the Pistons +7, +235. I got the Kings -1 and the Caps team total under 2.5. And I'll have college basketball as well. That I just placed my bets for, so I'll have that as well. But yeah,
There you go. All those will be up on the member only.
Yep.
There we go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Good luck.